Okay, so hi YouTube. I will be doing a market recap of the trades that could have happened today, the potential trades, based off of what I trade, and the way I trade, the strategy that I use. Okay, so let's get into it. So we can see for what was this, Monday, the 28th. I shook. Monday. So Monday took an old high. My old weekly high. Interesting. Okay, so we took a weekly high. Therefore, if we see a reversal pattern here, we could be expecting lower prices. We could be expecting to possibly retrace into this area. Again, we just would have to wait and see. This was a good area, looks like. Another thing, because price retraced into this FEG and then broke this structure, this could have been an area where you look to buy. Again, we are on the daily, so I mean we would have had to wait a long time, but let's go down into the lower time frames. So let's assume that we were not watching this, and let's assume we were only watching this old daily high, weekly high. As we can see, it just took it there on the top. So as price took this, it immediately retraced and broke structure, which is a good sign that we could be seeing lower prices. Today I was looking at all this as liquidity, and also I was looking for about 50% of this move. Yeah, we got that today. I was watching this earlier in the day, but then I had to leave, had some things to do, and obviously missed this opportunity. But it's okay. We still have 2 more days in the week left. We will see what happens. I am expecting lower prices. We could see another run on this high and another break and then much lower prices. If that does happen, if this low gets broken, I will be expecting price to trade all the way down here. Yep, that's what I would be expecting. Let's go down into a 5 minutes and see the possible trades for the day, or what trades we could have potentially taken. So what I like to do, I like to mark out my midnight, because that's when price starts. That's a new day for me technically. Okay, so let's see what happened. I did try getting in on this, but unfortunately I was not tagged in. I actually had a trade waiting just above this. I was admittedly trying to go for the low, but in any case I did not get tagged after I've seen this run on price. I did not, I just took the trade off it. But yeah, so as we can see, as the day started, we do have a run on price. We do have a run on buy side liquidity. We do have a break in structure. I'll just delete this. we do have a break in structure, and this is what I would have traded. This would have given a nice depending on if you held it or not. I usually go for 1 to 3, so I would have closed my trade off somewhere around this area, which it works out, but I was still asleep at this time. It's not a problem. There's always opportunities. But another thing, yesterday's price action actually took, this is yesterday's price action, and we can see that because of this move, price retraced aggressively, and it's not because price retraced that I was expecting buys for the day. It's how it happened. We took price and immediately started going higher. That is an indication that you know, we could be seeing all this ran through. That's why if I was up, this would have been a good trade. This would have been a great trade to take. But anyway, the trade that I did take today was this, because I was expecting a run on price. This move right here is that run against all this liquidity. Everyone that was trying to buy, everyone that was trying to get on the trend early, expecting price to go to that 50% in this area. All those people had to get liquidated because that's just how it is. And once I saw this, my trade was, yeah, it's the wrong one. This was the trade. Now, it might look like a big stop loss, but I trade using a percentage or half a percentage at a time, so it doesn't really matter as long as I'm able to get to my 1 to 3, which was around here, as you can see. Nice and easy. Yeah, I was waiting for, I did get a stop out. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it was actually stupid of me, because I usually wait for a I usually wait for the market to make a type of low, take that low, and immediately return and immediately retrace up. As we can see this morning, it done that. We took a high, we retraced, we broke structure, we retraced. This is your trade, and off we go, just like yeah. We have a low, we have another low, we take that low and we immediately retrace. That's a good sign. And if there's any gaps or anything, I use that as my areas to place my trade. And as you can see, it does work out pretty good. So this was a trade. That was the second trade of the day. Okay, so this is the second trade of the day. The third trade would have been this. The reason being is, as you can see, we have liquidity over here. The market takes that and immediately goes aggressively against price, and we do have a fair value gap. Now we could use this one, and the reason being is because of our daily open. Remember, our day starts at midnight. Our day starts at midnight. Now, the reason I mark at midnight, I'll probably explain in a later video. But I obviously have my reasons, and as you can see, price comes here around the midnight opening price level. It goes away. It probably induced buyers, you know, tricking people in to buying. That's what it did to me. As experienced as I am, it happens. And I obviously missed this, but as you can see, here's the steps again. We have a low, and we have a breaker structure right here. Now we don't have any fair value gap, so I would not have taken a trade. I might have gone down to a 1 minute. I'm not too sure how I would have played this, but I was not here to watch price. But if you wanted to be aggressive, we know that around the daily open we should have some type of reaction. Usually there are days where it doesn't happen, and that's okay. Majority of the time it does work. So yeah, I mean, we could have taken a trade, but your stop loss would have had to be in all the way at the bottom. And if you were optimistic, you could have probably held till the 50%. It didn't even get there, which is sad. But yeah, so the two trades for the day, the two good trades for the day in my opinion was this. The maximum amount it would have ran for would have been about 4.5 hours, and this trade, the maximum this went to was about 5. So all in all, for the day you could have potentially made about a 10 or gain on your account, depending on how much you risked.